Hi guys. Yeah, it's been a day of making a bunch of little videos. I don't know how to edit things, so you get what I can do. And I'm guessing I'm full of puppies back here and hoping that for a few people out there, it's better than not hearing from me. It is now sundown for us. Not that we had a sun today, but I was happy not to. Um, and I have one, two, three, four out of my five babies on my bed, and this little foundling, or I should say invader, is out back right now. We're not going to be able to keep him out there. I think that my very sweet next door neighbor who knows Chihuahuas, she has Chihuahuas, is going to kennel him for the night and keep him safe because I don't want him in the cold, but I also can't have him getting my baby pregnant, and she's got two little girls in heat too. So, oh, it's that time of year, folks, and we've never had puppies. We don't want to try and do that right this second because I really am not prepared to have my baby suffering. I will freak out. Watching my daughter give birth was hard. This, oh my god, that's my baby. Uh, I wanted to make this video because I just saw Stephanie's Let's Homestead Instead's Holly Jolly Christmas tag, and she reminded me of something, and that is that so much can go so wrong around this time of year for so many people. And last year, that was our family. Last Christmas, we lost Frosty, and that's losing our child, and we are devastated by it. But we are trying to make better out of something awful than to just sit back and let it be. And if I could, believe me, I would save this little Chihuahua until we find his family. But we've never seen him in our neighborhood. We know nothing about the animal, and that's just not a safe mix. So we have to keep him safe. We have to keep him out of the cold, and we have to keep him fed and watered because I'm an animal person. I prefer puppies to humans for the most part. Because it makes sense to me. They do what makes sense. Today was a strange Christmas shopping day in our family for my husband and I. I am the most bah humbug person about Christmas music. It makes me sad. Always makes me sad because I remember hearing my grandfather sing Christmas carols. It's been gone a long time, and it shouldn't hurt so much, but it does. But this year, I'm addicted to a group called the Pentatonics, and it ends with an X, and they are an a cappella group, and their music is just an absolute example of what God created. They use no musical instruments but themselves. Their bodies, their voices, that's their instrument. And I think it's the most beautiful thing. I do. But I'm a true vocalist. That's the way God designed me. I have the sniffles and snuffles. You guys know I'm sick. And I way overdid it today. But every time I turn around, I was telling somebody Merry Christmas, have a Merry Christmas. And that's unusual for me. It is. I don't think I've been that way through our entire marriage. I'm not the Christmassy girl. I lost my grandma near Christmas, my grandfather near Christmas. That's the way it's been for my family. But this year, for some reason, Snowy and Frosty are gone. This is my first Christmas without Snowy in a really long time. And that part's really hard, but I've got a little grandbaby counting on me, and this is the first Christmas that we will really have him around, and we're sharing it with the other grandparents very happily. We four have come together and gone, no more. These parents of theirs, our children, are not in the right places to be doing what they're doing to raise a child right now. A lot went on, and we don't care what went on at this point. I mean, we care, but our thing is let's look out for Danny. we have his best interest in mind. And so they are going to have him for about 6 hours on Christmas Day. I'll have him for the morning, and then again after 6 p.m. because they don't drive after dark because they have issues with seeing well. They're very nice people, folks. They really are. For Bobby's son to have done this, it shocked him. It did. It shocked him. Nobody knows where this came out of. We don't know why it happened. What we do know is that the four of us are good people. Our daughter is a good mom. She's a wonderful mom, and they love her very much. They love her as if she were their own daughter. So, she calls Trish mom. I'm fine with that. Because Trish is a good lady. She really is. And Bobby's a good man. Like I said, I've known him a long time, and he's always been very protective of women. So I know this did not come out of him. I will not keep my grandbaby from people that are kind and decent and loving and have his best interest at heart. I won't do that. And they won't do it to us because we've both been kept out of the loop. Or our grandbaby would not be in this position, neither would my daughter. So, I even talked to her today and confirmed Christmas times for them to pick him up and bring him home. And we went over, made sure we weren't buying the same gift because we almost bought him the same thing. And it wouldn't have hurt. It's just he didn't need two of the same thing. So, this is the way Christmas is supposed to be, guys. This is it. It's not about the tree, even though that is, yes, my favorite tradition. It's not about the tree. It's not about the lights. It's not about the commercialism. It's about the love. It's about setting aside anything awful or bad or mean for a little while. And remembering what this season is. Okay? We are celebrating our Savior's birth. Okay, I don't care when he was actually born. This is what I was raised with. That what we are doing is to say, Lord God, we are thankful that you gave your son. We are thankful that you gave us our families, our loved ones, and for me, that includes my animals. My puppies are part of me. They're part of my family. Snowy, Frosty, and Christy were my babies. Christy is the last of those, and I will guard her with my life, you betcha. But my other new babies, I love them, and they are special, and they will grow into their places in my heart. Slowly but surely they are. Excuse me. But Stephanie gave me that little reminder that all day I've been saying it's not about the commercialism. Honey, he doesn't need expensive things. Yes, we'd like to do that for him, but he's going to be 3 the day after Christmas. He doesn't need all that. He doesn't need the fancy electronics. And both sets of grandparents agree we are not buying that kind of garbage for him. We're going back to blocks. We're going back to Legos and the things that we had when we were kids, and we turned out okay. We turned out okay. My dad raised a lady who has more heart for strangers than is probably a good idea to have. You hear me say that I don't like humans. I don't trust humans, okay? Because I've been hurt so much. But if you think that I would ever walk past somebody that needed a bottle of water or a meal and not provide them that if I could, then you don't know me at all. Because I could not do that. I would have to help them. I've had people live with us because they didn't have that. And I could not see putting somebody out in the heat of the summer or the cold of the winter. That's not my way. I have a good heart. I have a big heart, a gigantic heart. And I feel in some ways like part of it went away when my dad and my babies passed away. But God found a way to open up new parts of it and grow new parts for the new pups and for, what would have been our in-laws. And so I'll call them the other grandparents. Okay? But we've decided to come together as a family and do what's right for the baby. And that's what matters. So to all of you out there that don't see this as anything other than me being sentimental and drippy and ridiculous, well, I'm sorry. But I guess that's part of who I am. I have a big heart, and if I could make sure that every child and animal in this world were provided for, personally, I would do so. Okay? Grown-ups, we make our own mistakes, and we have to live with those consequences. But kids, no. Animals, they don't ask for what they're given. They don't ask to end up in a shelter. That little dog did not ask to get loose from its home and end up in my yard. Okay? But, am I going to let it suffer? I can't do that. I'm not calling the pound. For God's sake, I cannot do that. It's almost Christmas, folks. I wouldn't put an animal in the pound anyway, and especially not around this time of year. No. If I have to, I will find him a no-kill shelter. But we'll do what needs to be done for him. He just can't be near Chrissy. Because he wants to make puppies. And she's ready to make puppies. And I don't want Chihuahua Eskimo puppies. I don't. I already have an Eskiwawa. And he's a cute little guy, believe me. I walked in, I almost missed him because he's so white, you know, with little tan spots. And he's so little. I went, wait, whoa, honey. Did we get one that I don't know about? Because, either I can't count or we have another animal in the house. So I kind of panicked. And that's that video that you saw. I was in a panic going, oh my God. What am I going to do with another damn dog? I can't keep any more dogs. I just don't have enough strength to do that. I don't. I'm not well enough for that. So, as much as I bah humbug, as much as I grumble, folks, Merry Christmas. God bless all of you and your families and your loved ones. And I will keep all of you that I know about in my prayers. If there's anything I know about Christmas, is that it's supposed to be about love and family and kindness, not about the blue ha-ha and crap in the stores. That's not what Christmas is. Christmas is in your heart. Christmas is the spirit of joy and kindness and giving. And for me, that's what it's got to remain. So, we love all of you out there that we talk to and know. And Merry Christmas, folks. From the American Eskimo babies, the Eskies, and my husband Kevin, and myself, and my 3 children, and my grandson. Merry Christmas.